Akio Morita, the co-founder of the Sony Corporation, born on 26 January 1921 in Nagoya in Japan, he died on 3rd October 1999 in Tokyo. Akio Morita said, "Think global, act local." Akio Morita was the co-founder of Sony Corporation, known for creation of the Walkman. Sony was derived from the Latin sono, means sound. Morita came from a family with a long tradition of sake brewing and was expected to follow in the family business. Akio Morita said, "Think global, act local." The day you forget to connect your link to your family tradition, this is what I've been fighting and giving the discourse from the last 117 days, non-stop, only talking about joint family system and the family tree. The moment you lose your foundation, then you become a nobody. You can think very high, but if somebody is not pulling the strings of the kite, or if the string is cut, then the kite will fall in some other property. It will not be known. As long as the kite has been pulled by the foundation, by the joint family, by the family tree, you can always fly high. That was what Akio Morita was trying to tell. Think global. To fly high, you have to have your roots deep down into your family tradition, into your culture, into your base. That is very, very important. So the more you keep your roots deeper and deeper into your soil, taller the tree stands in any weather conditions also. Think global, act local. And Japanese has always been taught. They go to the office with pant, shirt, tie, suit, coat, everything. In the office they work like Western countries. But when the moment they enter the house, they remove their dress, go back to the Japanese kimono, sit on the mat on the floor, eat the Japanese food. Many Japanese people also, when they go out of the country, it is said the moment they reach Narita airport, first thing the rushes up is to find out where they can get onigiri. Onigiri is a sticky rice put in round one and a small dry fish or a small chicken piece or a small vegetable or a pickle. It's not very tasty, but then they have been taught that is the national food. In times of crisis, onigiri is the one which helps them to survive. So they first rush so deep down is their tradition. They never break the tradition at all. So coming back to our point, to make the children think global. If you cannot give them a proper foundation and you yourself do not have a proper foundation, thinking global will never reach you anywhere. You'll be working for the government throughout your life, working for the company throughout your life. Before you retire, you hardly get a pittance to even build a house. And by the time you complete your house, your daughter's wedding comes, you sell it and you will be in the streets or in the old age home. Think global is very important. So your duty is, and that is what I've been trying to tell you, our duty is to make sure in our house to teach our children the mother tongue or the father tongue or whatever you call it, the language, the traditional language, pure language, to read, write, listen and talk is very, very important. And you must stabilize it, because anywhere the children go any part of the world, they might get a translator's job also. The language is very important to go any part of the world. Once they know the language so deep, and if you take a foreign language, never mind, like how I'm speaking English, but nothing as beautiful as your own mother tongue. When I was in Japan, they're always asking for native English speakers, native English, even if you know English, the Japanese children do not accept you. A native English speaker has got the roots so deep. His English is not that his English is polished English, but he can speak the language so fluently with the real love. So the mother tongue is very, very important. And your traditional dresses. The traditional dress is accepted now. Many fashion shows are coming. They want to change this and that. When I was in Japan also, they were asking me for the sari. Then I came back here, I studied how to wear a sari, then I went and taught them to wear the sari. Everybody likes the tradition, and if you do not know the tradition, you are not accepted at all. There was a tradition there even now. I do not know whether it is continuing now. When I was there, they were telling when you're invited when you're called for an interview, of any top position or low position, the interview panel will ask you to sing a song. And if you say, I do not know the song, you said, anything of your mother tongue, of your culture, and you say, no, I do not know, they won't say anything. They said they'll call you back, but they won't call you back. Because in their mind, they think, if you are not respected your own culture, your own language, tomorrow I will give you my company, you will not respect my company. A child who has got a deep down influence into your own community and respects and love your own community, your own culture, will respect if I give you another one. Think global. To make the child think global, to make the child carry up to the highest engineering or medicine or go to any country around the world, if you have the local strength, then the acting of the global is very, very easy, because the child has got a deep down rooting, and the deep down rooting is not bullshit. It is not what you call artificial. It looks beautiful because you have your whole world under you. When you have a local, your tradition with you, anytime you can call them to find, and from there you can translate it to so many things. Hence, the global you might get a lot of strangers, but local, when you know your own mother tongue, when you know your own culture, the local becomes your whole house, your uncles, your aunties, the grandfather, grandmothers, the relatives, the caste. So many, it's a vast, big world. How could you disconnect that world and think you're going global? Go global, fly high, never mind, but make sure that the strings are pulled so that the kite can fly high. That was the success of Akio Morita, of the Japanese, whoever it is. They make sure that they always move with the people, move. They are telling computers has got no value. Computers is what you programmed, then it will talk accordingly. But nothing like our own creation. Computers cannot be a creator, but human beings can be a creator. Only if you work with the people, understand the people, sit with them, that creation is something extraordinary. You can always bring out something new into the world to bring down a lot of pain, to wipe out more tears and bring down hunger. Think global. Yes, it's vast. Even our whole body, our body itself is global. But acting local, but the speaking, the listening, trying to give respect to the land from where you come, and then to the nature from where you came. What is the natural systems what you have? Your rainwater harvesting, your solar, your wind energy, what is available in that particular thing. If you have understood that, and then if you know what is the local fruit available, local tree available, what goes to the local soil, this gives you a grip, a conscious state. Once you have this conscious state, global conscious state is the same. It becomes more easier. Akio Morita was saying, think global, act local, going deeper down. The deep intimate relationship with your family, with a joint family, the deep intimate relationship with your family tree. When one loses the deep intimate relationship with your local, with your foundation, then temples, churches and masjid and other things becomes very important. Then you get carried away. All that glitters is that gold. 100 times set a lie becomes a truth for you also. You get carried away by what the others are talking. Then the filmmakers will never even talk about rainwater harvesting. They never talk about solar or wind energy. They never talk about the people's problems, because you are there to support them. Globally, you are going without a foundation, and everybody, a major part of the people are living like a dead body. Major part of the people have already become like a slave. You do not have a proper master. That is lost. Now to get it back, listen to Akio Morita, what he said. Think global, act local. This is my 117th short discourse.